All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back yet again. Finally, going to be talking about Marshal's season 1 review. I think I can speak for a lot of people, including myself, that some probably enjoyed this, others did not. But man, did it leave a finale. So if you guys have already seen the finale, then you obviously know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the finale, then again, we're going to be talking about spoilers. But let's go into the finale. So literally, Casey's wanting to possibly sell East Camp, but then he changes his mind and wanted it to become not only a place for veterans with PTSD, because again, it helped his friend out a lot, which is a good thing. But then we also see where the one that has been wanting to buy his ranch and his daughter trying to start a relationship with Casey, looks like he was behind the whole thing with going after Rainwater, and then also trying to do issues with the reservation, because as we see at the last minute, again, Casey made a bad choice of judgment, having Tate go with this guy to Texas because of the whole thing of the fishing, all this and that, because of course Tate says it reminds him of John, and Casey agrees. And right at the last minute, we see this guy come up, and correct me if I'm wrong, is this not the same dude that went up to Belle and told her that she needs to pay back the money? Because he goes and leaves because he sees Belle and Cal, and this guy leaves, and then they have shooters on him. So it makes me wonder what the hell this guy is into, and also how dirty he is, and is his daughter involved? Because his daughter was smiling with Casey when they were out riding. Now again, obviously she likes Casey, but Casey's still not. I mean, again, I don't know if they're going to try to write something in where Casey's actually going to try to get with somebody, because again, Monica was the love of his life. I really don't think he's. I mean, again, it's been close to a year apparently for the storyline when they killed her off, which again, I will still say that was wrong for them to do, because it was really bad. And from everything I heard, that the only way that the one place Monica found out was because the one place Casey called her and told her, hey, you're not going to be on Marshals for whatever reason. So I do think that was stupid to do, and that's what probably messed up a lot of the story for Marshals. And then at the same time, we see where Cal has been diagnosed with cancer, which is the main thing that I know a lot of people have been wondering about. And then him trying to reconnect with his daughter, which has been really shocking, especially with her working at the bar and then now dating Miles, which again, I'm like, is that really needed for the story? Like, I don't see how that works, I'm gonna be honest. And the whole thing with that, I'm just like, okay, come on, really? And then her trying to reconnect with him finally and calling him dad really is I gotta give credit to the one place Cal to at least showing that emotion of when you have an estranged daughter that you have not really had a relationship with, and now she's finally calling you dad. And how do you tell her, oh hey, I'm sick? And like, oh, was that the reason why you wanted to talk to me? So that could go either way. And then the whole thing with Miles getting kicked off of the Marshals to a certain degree because of him going rogue and him trying to take revenge on the ones that brought drugs onto the reservation. He lost his friend, and now he's in a new relationship. It's his boss's kid. What does he do? And then the whole thing with Belle, we find out again that her and her husband are in an open marriage, and then she has a gambling problem, and she tries to go to him for money. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this now, I would have bitch slapped him. I'm gonna say it now with him talking to her like that. And because she said, you have your thing, I have mine, which again, he has relationships with other women, and she allows it because she already knew that he was doing that. And then she does her own thing, and her and Cal obviously are gonna hook up at some point anyway. And I just wanted to bitch slap her husband for that, dude, because he's just a little punk, man. And saying, well, you need to figure it out. And I'm like, really? And then the other one, she was supposed to leave to go back to DC, but she's going to apparently stay. So it's kind of wondering exactly how things are going to work out. So, and what a lot of people are wondering right now is, will there be a crossover between Marshals and Dutton Ranch? Again, that is going to be a little, probably too soon to say. Now, Cole Hauser did say in an interview that he wouldn't mind doing a crossover. I know a lot of people have been wanting a crossover or something within the Taylor Sheridan universe, so it's not a big, thing. But I can see this. If it does come out to where, if this guy does not hold Tate against Casey, I'm saying this is a big if, okay? All Casey's got to do is make 3 calls, okay? He can make a call, obviously, to Beth and Rip. And Beth, anyone that knows Beth, she's going to come down like a damn tornado. And Rip's going to be right there with her to help. And then he could also call if he wanted to. And again, of course, Taylor Sheridan wants to write himself in between Travis, Jimmy, and Teeter from the 4 6s or 3 6s. They could do something. Because Teeter knows how to mess shit up. And Jimmy does too. Travis, again, we haven't seen that much for that character. Again, Taylor Sheridan himself, so I don't know. And then also Casey could use his old contacts from the military to mess stuff up. Plus his own team. You know what I mean? So, and I'm also wondering how much more secrets is Casey going to be able to whatever. Because obviously with this guy that was interested in taking over Casey's ranch, and now we find out he's dirty and we don't know if his daughter is, it kind of makes me wonder how much of lies have they told Casey, or the father has told Casey, to where he just wanted more land and more whatever, so that way he could take over a good majority of Montana. So I don't know, but the finale was good. I can understand people's issues with the acting, the writing, and the progression of the story. I can understand that. There was a lot of filler. There was some background on Casey for him being in the military. Same thing with Cal. Same thing with Double G. There was, we found out a lot of history on Belle, which was really good, especially about her mother and father, where she came from, her family dynamic, and then even with Miles, and then even with the other one as well. So again, I feel like that they did do right with character progression, about us getting to know these characters and us wanting to be able to know these characters. So I will give them credit for that. But overall, I could do see the issues with the writing and the acting. That I can see. So let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. And again, here we go for another season, more than likely. I think it did get confirmed for another season, if I'm correct. But overall, what did you guys think of Marshal's the Yellowstone spinoff on CBS? I watched it on Paramount most of the time, or YouTube TV. That's how I watched it. But overall, what do you guys think? Let me know about it down in the comments. I'll see you as always on the next one.